Hi friends, welcome to January, a time when we make plans, relax, winter, have a little bit of hygge, time where obviously we can reflect and see where we're going to go this year and moving forward what we want out of the year. So I don't want to make any resolutions, but I do make a few little plans and try and get organised. That includes decluttering, but also taking a bit of time, relaxing, reading, doing a bit of studying, taking time out of social media, which is very, very time absorbing and also often intoxicating on the brain. So I've been getting my books out, and I've recently got this book and I really recommend it, and it's a very old classic. It's Anne of Green Gables and it's a beautiful book, and I do like the fact that there's a couple of pictures in it. I think it's a really pretty cover, and I'm going to read that. And then I've also got many books on wintering and taking time out relaxing in winter, and they are very inspiring as well. But today I'm going to do a bit of decluttering, and I've already done the decluttering video on the kitchen, so I'll leave a link to that and hope you will look at that and get some inspiration from it. But what I want to do is to look through all my clothes and put them into outfits, so I can just grab them each morning, and obviously they're all coordinated, and it'll make it a lot easier and quicker to get dressed for the day. And so I thought I'd take some time out to do that, and also to look at what I have got, because I've got a lot of fabric and I want to do some more sewing, but I have got quite a lot of clothes, and so it sort of makes you think, well, is it necessary to do any sewing? But I love sewing. I want to do some videos for you and with you, and it's got some nice inspiring new patterns to try. So I thought, have a look in the wardrobe, try and declutter a little and make everything, you know, sort of mix and match, so I know exactly what I'm going to use them for, and then I can address the issue: have I got too many things, and can I donate them, or can I cut up the fabric and make something more useful out of it? So let's have a little look at what there is in the wardrobes, and then we'll take it from there. And I hope you'll enjoy this video, and let's go and see what we can do and sort this out. Right, so I've got two wardrobes, one being a gentleman's wardrobe, which is fabulous. I love it, because you can put all sorts in there, and you've got pull out sort of drawers that a man would put the shirts on, and you can just pull them out and have a little look. And I have organised it really nice and neatly before, but it does need a little bit of tidying up. So on the top I've had things like toiletries, hair bands, jewellery, and then on this section there's all t-shirts, tops and things like that. Then this is all knitwear, and then there's hats, scarves on the bottom, and then on the bottom more scarves and bags, etc. So there's a way of sorting all that out for sure. Now on this side of the cupboard I have currently got all the summer gear, but I've got all items in here. There's quite a lot of nice makes that I've done, and you'll remember a lot of the videos I've done. Especially love the patchwork dress, that came out amazing. There's a video for this as well. Really was lovely, really, and I do love wearing that because it's so individual. Now I've bought dresses, and there's a few projects in here actually. So this one is just a plain pink and white striped t-shirt, but this one was a bought dress, but a lot of dresses, because I'm tall, are too short for me. So what I've done, and this is a cherry tomato dress, is I put a lot of beautiful antique lace on the bottom, which always adds to the vintage feel of it. So that's a cherry one, and I've recently found, which was obviously the same make, an aubergine one, and I'm really excited about that because I'm going to do that for summer. This is the aubergine one, which is gorgeous, same thing, and I will just find some lace and put that on, and then I'll walk around like a big aubergine. Beautiful. beautiful. That's another project to do for summer. Now I bought this off that Vinted last year and I've not had a chance to wear that yet. Is it Laura Ashley? Yeah, Laura Ashley. I'm looking forward to wearing this, even over just a plain blue dress or black dress. Beautiful little tie on the back, so sweet. Roses, absolutely gorgeous. Love my roses. Lots of just dresses. Then I haven't worn this, you know, much at all, and this was my artisan dress I made last year, and I love the fabric. It's just, I just didn't have the confidence to wear it out, and I see a lot of ladies on the Instagram all wearing things like this and having the confidence to wear them, and I'd love to go out in that, so maybe I'll pluck up the courage. And that's beautiful. It was an old pair of curtains. I'm really pleased about how that came out as well. And then lacy things. I bought a lot of like lacy tops for summer wearing, and this had long sleeves, but the sleeves were really short and then tight because there were two, they sort of cut off here, and I think it's probably because I've got long arms. So what I just did was I cut the sleeves off. Fortunately for me, they had a little bit of a frill and then it carried on the sleeve, so I cut it off at the seam of the frill, so it's a nice shorter sleeve and it's really pretty. And this is a lovely little over top that goes over like a body, so that's nice for summer to go with some of my skirts. And now I've got this other one that I've made, which is like my seaside sort of dress, which is an Ellis Merchant and Mills dress, and I'm really looking forward to this. I thought, I haven't worn it, why am I not wearing it? And I came up with the idea. I went into a charity shop last week and I found a denim dress, and I thought, do you know what, instead of having it as a dress, I'm going to wear it as like an overcoat over the dress, so that's going to stay open, and then I'm just going to have that on. It's not as long as the dress, and I thought that would hopefully look really nice, and it'll soften it so it's not too much. You know, you'll see a bit at the bottom, so you'll get the picture, but it's giving me kind of Cabbage and Roses vibes, so I'm quite pleased about that. So I'm going to wear that as an outfit and layer it all up, and I think I'll get a lot more wear out of it because I won't feel like I stand out, you know. I don't want to do that. I just want to feel like I'm quite trendy, not fashion trendy now, but sort of upcycle kind of, maybe Cabbage and Roses or upcycling trendy. So that's my thoughts for that one. And then my other one, I've got quite a few summery ones, was this one, which is a Dotty Angel one. And I love this actually. So nice. And that was that duvet cover. And it's quite thin, so I tend to wear that with something underneath it, like a white t-shirt or something like that, because it's very thin fabric, and there's a nice tie belt in it, so you can tie it right in and get that waist pulled in a bit. And again, that looked really cool last year with this just plain denim jacket, so it was quite a nice upcycle kind of casual vibe, and I put that over it and it kind of went really quite jazzy, and I enjoyed wearing that. Just put some blue leggings underneath and a white t-shirt. Got a vintage dress, which I love. It's floral, and it's a really old one. It's not a Laura Ashley, but it's all roses, and there's a tie belt. It pulls it in, and I really like that. I've had that about 10, 15, maybe 15 years. As you get older, you want things that don't get out of fashion, you know, not in fashion. And that's another one like the previous dress I made. Again, that was out of some curtains. I made some Roman blinds and curtains for the old house. This was left over, so I made that. There's another video on that. Belt on it, bring it in. Really floral and nice and summery. Lace on the sleeves. Pockets, very useful. And again, another sort of Dotty Angel kind of vibe. Nice with some leggings. And it's got tablecloth, embroidered tablecloth on the front. There's another video on that as well. So I'll try and link the videos down from, you know, or a playlist of all the upcycle dresses that I've made. And I've got a lovely vintage skirt there, which I love. Then there's this lovely Liberty dress I made last year, and there's a video on that as well, and that's really nice. And it's kind of like a 50s vibes style, isn't it? Quite thin, that fabric. don't think I put pockets on there. No, there's no pockets on it. It's nice and slimming, and it's got a little button that you can button it up at the top or leave it open. And I think I'd like to make that again in a more thicker fabric and a bit, well, the length is still nice, yeah, I do like that. So that's a nice one as well. Vintage looking skirts. This is something I made a long time ago. It's about 15 years ago, and it's an old faithful really. And it was a bit of Sanderson fabric, and I just made a simple skirt with a zip, and I used a bit of bias binding for the waistband, and it's lovely and long, and crikey, I've worn that all over. Every time I go abroad I wear it as well. So versatile. A few things that I folded up here which are bought things, so I won't bother showing you that. What we got here? Oh yeah, that's a lovely Kath Kidston top which I love. And then this one, you've seen that I have the dress. I actually bought this, which is the skirt. It's a tomato design again, and it's lined, but it's a bit short for me. So again, I'm going to put a lot of lace on the bottom of that, and then I can wear it, hopefully. And then the last thing, and I've hardly worn these because I always feel a little bit not very confident wearing the trousers. I think my legs are a bit too fat. I do lose my weight, and then I put them on, and then everyone says, oh yeah, that looks nice. And then I don't get to wearing them. And I think it's probably because of once you're in them, it's like the wetsuit. I often know someone who don't even put that on, even when it's absolutely winter, because it's getting it off and it takes ages. So you tend to think, oh, can't bother with that. But that's my pair of dungarees, which I'm hoping to wear. I'm not getting rid of those. You know, sometimes you think, well, I've not worn them, but you've waited a long time to get them. When you finally got them, I think it's worth just keeping hold of something. And that's one of them. There's a few more things, as I say, but they're the main things. Lots of bought things that, again, I've got as well. Nice, lovely bought dresses. I did do this some time ago. There's a nice little skirt there as well. Decluttering. I think actually I've done it very well because I can't see anything in that pile that I'm prepared to get rid of. And it's certainly the ones that I've made or the ones I've shown you. There is, as I say, there's a pile of other things I could look at. This is a lovely vintage floral dress as well. It's a really pretty design and a few nice puffy sleeves, and I'd like to actually recreate that, and I think I've bought a pattern very similar to that, so I might be making another one, because I think what I really love is floral dress. You know, you run the risk of walking around looking like you're wearing curtains, but I think now I'm just thinking, well, so what? You know, we're at an age where we should be able to wear what we like, really, shouldn't we? So those nice skirts are going to go up there, and that, and I must remember to do those two. So that's the summer side, which was easy, wasn't it? Because I haven't done anything with that, I've only shown you. But what I'm saying is, I did put a couple of things on top of each other and made outfits for them. Now on this side, I think I'm getting sort of to know now what I really like and what I'm not wearing, etc. And I've been building on that lately. So I'm really enjoying having layered outfits. Like today I've put on top of this dress this little tank top. And I've got quite a few tank tops in different colours now to go with different things. This is one that I got recently as well. So soft. And then this is one I got in Spain. Beautiful shop in Spain. That's so soft as well. And this is an old one, wool overs, and this is nice and cosy and really soft as well, really nice. That's a cardi. I do like cardigans as well. I've got a black and white one. And then this is what I've just bought, a hand knitted cable white jumper, which I'm hoping will last for a long time. A pretty little top that I got as well. This is broad jump lace and lace. And these are ideal to go under tank tops if you're wearing a skirt. A lot of beautiful details that will be seen above the tank top, like this frill would go up at the neck, and then this would puff out here, and then you've got all that on your arm. So if you look for things that are decorative as well, that's there. In the summer I'll put all these things and hang these up because they get absolutely creased up, don't they? But I haven't got the space because I've got a lot of stuff. But I think I'm getting to a stage now where everything that I've got I want. So I go through everything about every 6 months, or when I'm changing my wardrobe, and I tend to have my wardrobe for spring, summer together, autumn, winter together. And so this is my reserve wardrobe, okay, using this all the time with all the things, because let's face it, in the spring, summer we still want a cardigan or a tank top to keep warm on evenings. Hats, coats and scarves, yeah, fair enough. And then lots of things together. I just put everything I can neatly. So it's all about sorting it out as well as getting rid of things. So this is where probably I will find some that I can reduce, and that's all the t-shirts that I've got and knitted kind of tops, you know, that are thicker than a t-shirt. So I'm going to take all these out, and then we'll have a little look through them all and just see what there is, because that is the area where I've got quite a lot. And I do like a good striped top, so I'm going to be looking at the amount of stripes I've got and the colours, and from memory what I'm doing with them. So I've got a plain red and white one. This is like a pinky kind of red and white one, and I use both of those especially in the summer, because what I like to do is pair my stripe with my skirts. So for example, cherry tomato skirt, well, let's say this one will go fab with the cherry tomato as a skirt, and that's the top for summer. So I'm going to keep those because I know that I use those, and that's certainly a holiday vibe that I use. I don't know what it is. Well, it's the Breton top look, and Breton tops are synonymous with France and fishing, aren't they? So every time I've been to Cornwall and to French villages, I tend to wear Breton tops, stripy tops. This was a lovely sea salt long Breton top that I've got, and I also invested in the matching short sleeve t-shirt as well, so that I can wear both of them together on a cold day. And if it gets warmer, just take the top Breton off, and I've got the short sleeve t-shirt on. I've got blue and white, red and white, pink and white. Then I go into a dark blue and white, and most of these are sea salts. This one's like a grey and a blue long sleeve one. When they have the sale on, I tend to buy them. Now this one isn't sea salt, but it's got the same vibe. But that's a navy and white. But it's got a lovely soft feel to it, this one. Really, really nice feel. It's very similar. I'm not getting rid of them because they're all in good condition. And that's a nice one as well. That's a dark navy and a grey. And what I'm going to do is, you know, I told you about pairing things up. As soon as we move the summer to the other wardrobe and obviously put the autumn and winter things back in here, I've got more room, and that's when I tend to put the tops and the skirts together as outfits. This one's a nice one. This is a brown on a white stripe, a little bit thicker, really cosy, and I like wearing that one as well. Then I've got a few nice pretty t-shirts, just plain, but I like them because of something, i.e. the detail on it, and that's just a plain grey. And then I bought this when I was in Spain last year because I've got those plasticky Cath Kidston ones with like plasticky material, and I was just absolutely boiling. So I looked for anything cotton broad jongleurs I could find, and I bought them. And this is bright orange, but you know, you can't be too picky when you're boiling hot, and it's not the ideal colour if you're going to Spain or anywhere with midges. But fortunately I wasn't in a place where there was midges. It's got all broider on glaze. That's beautiful. And then this one, now this is another me made, and this was just out of a tablecloth that I picked up from the charity shop, and I made the nice same puffy sleeves as I did on the Ellis dress, Merchant and Mills, and it was actually one of these, I've donated it now and I wish I hadn't done. It was a pattern that was like a shirt dress that you'd wear with trousers underneath, and I made it into a shorter blouse, and I wish I'd kept it now because I want to make another one because I really like it, and I can't for the life of me remember what the pattern was now. I made bulkier sleeves which I just gathered up, and then obviously gathered at the bottom as well. But what I do like around this bit is the, you know, where you've got that square bit. So I'm going to have a look and see if I can find what pattern that is. I bought this on holiday. I wonder if that'll go with it. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's green in there, and that's a real pretty little skirt. Got a lot of green in as well. That with that would look quite nice, wouldn't it? So I'll hang this up now. When it gets warmer, we know what we're going to wear with that actually. So they're my t-shirts, so they're okay. And then this is a really pretty one. It's really lovely. It's just blue and white spotted jersey with a little tie neck and long sleeves. Really, really comfortable to wear. And that would go really nice under a tank top, really, wouldn't it? So I'm going to put this one back, which is another Jules, which I love. Bright, and it's lovely that just to have and throw over anything if it's getting cold. And then we've got just little white t-shirts which are perfect when you go away. And this is a night dress, which is a Laura Ashley one, and it's so thick and the cotton's gorgeous, but not at the moment because it's too cold. And then this one that I must have had 15 years, Cath Kidston, lovely, quite thickish, warm to the touch, just a shirt, and one of the iconic original designs from when Cath Kidston actually owned the company. Obviously now the Chinese have got it, and I really love the old vintage ones that Cath used to design herself in the olden days. And then this last one, I love the fact that this is red and white check gingham, because I love gingham, but it's that plasticky feeling. I might have to donate this one actually, guys. It's a lovely top, but I do like the red and white check, so I don't know about that. I'll think about that, because that would look quite nice under a tank top. And then these are my red and white gingham pyjamas. And then this, which I've had for probably 20 years at least, and I wore this every Christmas day, and I recently got this sparkly one, so I've gone on to this. So I must start wearing this in the winter, or the summer to go out in. And it's a red and white spotty dress, and it's a wraparound with like a ruffle on as it falls down, quite Spanishy. And it was from Laura Ashley years and years and years ago, and I treated myself, and I love that dress. It looks so feminine. So there's a couple of things, and there's this here which I think I'm going to get rid of, which is just a plain skirt in black, with like an unusual sort of flowy and uneven hem. The lengths are all intentionally up and down. I'm not really keen on that, so I think that's 2 items so far to the charity shop at least. So that's all nice and neat in there now, and then we'll go into this one, because as you look properly and you take everything out and then you have to put it back, it makes you then really think, I don't want it, doesn't it? So we'll have all these out. Jumpers now, quite a lot in here that I don't seem to wear. I think sometimes you just might have too many things, that you don't get them to wear. Right, so I've got a lovely, what I've shown you earlier on, Woolovers Fair Isle cardigan, and that's going nowhere. Love that. So, and then we've got, and then this one's a new one. Love that, so soft. That's got whites and reds and blues in, and this one's blues and yellows. So that you might think, oh, they've got blue, but they all go with different colours. And then I've got my Aran style chunky knit, beautiful warm jumper. And this one, my mum bought me this years ago. It's sea salt and it's gorgeous, and I usually wear it with that thick cord skirt that I showed you, and it's kind of like an over jacket, and it's so warm and lovely and cosy. I've not worn that at all, and I don't know why, because it's gorgeous. I ought to get wearing these things. What's the point of having them if you don't wear them? In fact, when I next go out, I'll take my mum out soon. When we go out, I might wear that, because it's gorgeous, that. So that's the other one, which is a cheapy one, but it's nice and soft, and it's black and white. Sometimes you want something that's a bit black. And this one, I love this one. It's so cosy, it's unbelievable. And obviously I love it because it's floral, it's got a big long neck, it's so cosy. The wool is going a bit bally in parts, so I need one of those lint roller things, don't I? But it's nice and cosy. So these are all my cosy ones. I should just put them like that really. I've got more. Let's see what we've got on here. These are hats and scarves. So let's chuck all these out first. I think we'll put this little tank top. We'll have that one on there underneath the blues. The good thing about these is they're very, very deep, these shelves. I just can't believe I've got this. I was so excited when I saw it in this antique shop, and it wasn't expensive. It was all in like bits, and I think I paid something like £280 something for it. I mean, it'd probably be, I don't know how much it would be. I always wanted an armoire, but when I saw this I thought, oh my gosh, this would be amazing. So this one, oh, it's a cardigan that I recently had to cobble up because it was falling apart on the neckline. Fat face. Beautiful and thick and lovely, and I put a nice little corsage on it, and that's a really nice warm cardigan. So the purpose is not just to get rid of everything. I'm saying that because I'm thinking you might be expecting me to throw a lot of this away. I'll get rid of it because it's all about decluttering. But there's lots of different things about decluttering. There's decluttering of the mind. And so if you go in and you tidy things up, isn't that decluttering? Decluttering of the stress so that you know exactly what's in your cupboard. And you know then what you've got and what you want to use, instead of it all being all jam-packed, all upside down, which I think is more stressful. So just tidying stuff up is the main thing today. And I've had a good look through what I've got, and I think when you're looking through what you've got, you realise then what you have got, so you don't forget. And when you're actually having an outfit, you think, oh yeah, that's so and so, I'll wear that. Now this again, this is an old Cath Kidston. I've had that again about 20 years. In fact, there's a couple of moth holes in it that I've covered up, and I always put a nice brooch when I wear it. Put a nice brooch or corsage on it, and then you can't tell. And that I always like to wear with this. That goes really nice, and you know, as an outfit. So what I'm going to do is, all these tops, cardigans especially, can go with an outfit. You know, they pair well with one of the dresses that I've got. That's why I've got them. And so when I actually change from winter to summer, I will put them all together like I said earlier on, so that I can just pick them out. But at the moment, with it being winter, I'm not going to bother. Now I've got a few things like scarves. I don't want to get rid of it, and I love it. But do you know, every time I wear something, it just generally doesn't go because I wear a lot of floral stuff already. So for example, if I was wearing a lovely sea salt top, I could put that round it. It'd look amazing, wouldn't it? But the bottom half would probably not match, because the bottom half would probably be some kind of floral. So I don't tend to wear this very often at all, which does upset me because I love these sort of scarves. So I keep looking at that and thinking, oh, what should I do with it? So that might be something I have to get rid of. I've also got this, which is a Cath Kidston scarf. I mean, look how beautiful that is. All roses, of course. And I like wearing scarves actually. I've got some black ones. And so, to be honest, if I was going out, I'd wear that today with that. Just simply knotted around my neck, and it would add a little bit of floral to the outfit. And I think I'm going to take that downstairs because I think I need to wear that. I've got a lovely sea salt beanie downstairs, but it's got really loose and it keeps falling down over my eyes. So I'm going to try and wash it on a high temperature and see if I can shrink it a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try. So I'm going to wear that for now, that's what I'm saying. So we've got 4 recycling at the moment, and that's the gorgeous thick scarf. And I've had that for, I remember going to the North Yorkshire coast, the seaside in the winter, and putting this round. It's so cosy. I think what I ought to do is take that downstairs and wear it as well. And this is my rain hat. It used to match my blue coat, and I haven't got my blue coat anymore, so that might be why I haven't worn this. But it's nice if it's raining. I'll put that back. There's another one of these, Cath Kidston, again, gorgeous. Don't seem to wear it. Might try and sell that. And then another beautiful one. I think I bought this from my mum actually, so I don't know why I've got it. Foxes on it. Really nice. I'll ask if she wants it back. So they're my little wrist bit warmers. Now that's what I was saying, you know, if you've got jumpers, and I said to you, you could cut the bottom off, couldn't you? And then you could make a nice beanie hat with that. Very, very simple. Use the sleeves as well. And all you need to do with the sleeves, because this was a sleeve, is all you need to do is chop it here and chop it there, turn it under on the machine, make a little hole for your finger, and if you use the seam and the seam's fine, you've got the seam as it is anyway, just make your hole and then sew around it to strengthen it so you can get your thumb through, and then you can put some decoration on it. And these are so ideal to keep your hands warm. I found the missing mitten. Downstairs there was one mitten in the glove bag. Couldn't work out why there's only one. Yay, found it. There we go. And then this is my favourite scarf. I'm not getting rid of that, but I don't wear it. Look at this beauty. I haven't made this, but someone's crocheted all this. I think they've crocheted it or knitted it, I don't know which. But how vintage and gorgeous is that? But it stays in my wardrobe, which is crazy. I know if I got rid of it, I'd regret it. So I'm going to keep that one. But those others I'm going to either sell or donate. I'll probably end up donating them. So out of today then, we've done quite well by going through it with you properly. I'm going to donate this red and white gingham top, the fox scarf, a blue calf kitten scarf, a grey calf kitten scarf, black skirt. Anything else? Let's have a look. I think that's it. And I may end up donating this, but let's see when the weather's warm if I get my wear out of it. I'm going to put that back and see. So you've got to be sure, because in the past I've just donated to charity shop so many things and then I've regretted it 6 or 9 months later because I wanted that item, and it could be that I could have used it for another project because I've seen something on the internet and thought, oh gosh, I could do that. Right then, so this is the winter wardrobe. Then in here I've got one of these Old Faithfuls, which is a black jersey, very long with a sort of a tear on the bottom, fitted bodice. Really lovely, and I tend to wear that when I go on holiday and travel. It's great on the plane, train or wherever, you know, all year round really. And then in here is my Christmas outfit. This gets pulled out every Christmas day and worn. So I like a bit of a sequin and stuff now. So it's taking a lot of space up for one day a year, but I can't get rid of it because it's my Christmas Day outfit. Then we've got this, which is in my winter gear, but it is cold, so I might just leave that in and wear that again in the summer. Then talking about putting things into outfits so it's easy, this is what we've done here. We've got a cardigan and a matching skirt, and then we'd grab a black t-shirt to go with that, and alongside that is a red long skirt as well. And then this one is the lovely outfit I made, and I've got a video on this. It's like the almost tartan skirt with the side ties, and I do like this, really, it's really nice. It's got a matching top as well, and the matching top I've put because I could wear this with something else. You know, it's like a jacket because you've got your ties on. And I have got a lovely thick cord long skirt that it goes fab with, and this is really nice and thick, and I sometimes put like a little t-shirt under there. So that's another me made, and then another top, and then this one is my lovely Scottish like fairy jumper, and I tend to try and wear this me made dress. I made that, you'll see in a video on this as well. Really like this. This is the Merchant and Mills dress I made, and I added puff sleeves to the Ellis pattern and did a puff sleeve myself on there. And I tend to put this on it because it's got the same colour on it, and it looks really good and it breaks it up a bit, and that goes really nicely together like that. And then that top goes with the skirt, but this equally goes well underneath that outfit. And another one of my favourites is this one that I made out of a duvet cover. Got another video on that, and I love this one. And I tend to put a nice tank top with this to pull it in. And I'll just show you which one I've got. Got a nice hand knitted tank top that goes really nicely with that. So again, that I put that on the autumn, sort of winter. It's nice, it's got quite a good thick weight to it, so that's ideal to wear at this time of the year. And then over that I have got a beautiful nice cord skirt. I've had that about 25 years, I think. Got photos in the National Trust Gardens years ago. This is my vintage jacket. Love this, real leather, very old. Keep putting some leather feeder on it. And then this is a favourite of mine, another wool, call it maybe WI skirt really, because it's got kick pleats in it, nice real wool. And then this beautiful cord blouse with this beautiful design on. I didn't make this, I bought this. I love it. And a couple of blazers and top jackets, and that's it really. So we've got quite a lot of stuff, and I think what we've done is put a few things together. So we've got more outfits that we can just grab, I think. A lot of these, I think, really, at the moment it's too cold to wear in the winter section, so I'd go for the woolly skirts. But there's nothing really out of that I want to get rid of, because this was all about decluttering. But so long as you're happy with what you have now. So I'll look at this pile that I've got, because sometimes you think that if it's just stuck in a pile it might be what you're a bit unsure about. I've got a lovely embroidery anglaise navy skirt which I used last year when I was travelling around Europe, and I wore that on and off for 3 months, just washing it in sinks and drying it. I only had a suitcase full of clothes, but it's really worn well. There's still life in the old thing yet, so I'm going to keep that. I wore that with an old Kath Kidson blouse. I did find that because I was in Spain and Morocco and France in the summer, it was very hot, so this sort of fabric is not very good, you know, because there's lots of probably plastic in them. So I did tend to think in future I will go with cotton, but it's a beautiful top, and for Britain in our climate it's perfect. There's this, and I'm saving this until I lose more of my weight. I love this, and I go on holiday. I go on holiday twice a year in Britain, and I think this is lovely for Cornwall breaks. Obviously a yacht, it's sea salt, and it's a yachting cord, and it's lovely over a pair of leggings. And then I've got this skirt, which is a really old one. I really love it actually, and it's just like an old-fashioned check. I do like that, so I think I'll keep that. I've got this, but I don't know about this. I might take it if I go to France or Spain and it's hot. It is a bit plasticky, of course, and I think that's what happened last year. I was a bit hot in these sort of things, but it's a lovely print. And it's got all flowers on, which I love my flowers, of course, you know, so I think I'll keep it. And then the last one is this, and I bought it because I thought it's pure cotton, and so it's lovely if you're abroad and it's really hot. And it's got some lovely sort of fretwork on it. It's lined, it's white, it's cool, and it's cotton from India. And when I was in Italy, in Naples, and it was like about 90 odd degrees, it was so hot, 35, I think 36, and we had to go out, and I just wore that, and it didn't look very glamorous or anything. It was just, you know, sleeveless dress, but it did keep me cooler in that sort of mad temperature. Decluttering is looking at things realistically and sorting through what you've got and questioning whether or not, with clothes, are you wearing them? Is there a purpose for them now? And if you've not worn them for several years and you don't know the reason why, it's probably because you don't feel comfortable and that, you know, it's just not you anymore. So they're the sort of things that you can actually donate, resell, upcycle, reuse in some other way. If you're happy with what you've got in your wardrobe and it looks good and you wear it, you don't touch it, keep it, you know, and find your individual style. Have a little look at the colours and see you know, if a colour suits you, you know, you could have a look at them and compare them, you know, and see if that's looking good, or the, you know, if there's a change in the colouring of your skin against that, it makes you look a lot whiter or paler, etc. Or if it's looking very warm, you know, so sort of have a look in good light and see how that colour affects you. And there's books on these sort of things, and I'm sure there'll be some YouTube video that'll sort of explain that if that's something that you want to be interested in. As for reselling, there's great Vinted do not charge you at all for selling your clothes. So if you get the app and you upload very easily your clothes that you don't want, wash them, launder them, you know, package them nicely, and you'll get money back for them. So that's a great way of actually getting money for your unwanted clothes, or donate them to a good charity shop who can actually resell them, and they're going to a nice new home again, and the donation and the money will help them a lot. Or if neither of those are suitable, or you think that the clothes are not fit to be resold, don't just throw them out, because a lot of things can make great rags for cleaning your home. You can make stuff from everything, from old towels, you can cut them down, you can make cleaning cloths out of them, all sorts of things you can use. An old jumper, you know, it might have a hole in it, or it might have some bobbles on it, and you could literally chop sort of the bottom section off, and you can make a beanie hat out of it, you could make a handbag out of it, you could make a soft toy with it. There's all sorts of things that you can make with an item of fabric or clothing, obviously. So have a little look on the internet for ideas. Happy decluttering. If you enjoyed this video and you've got some top tips, please leave them in the comment box so we can all read and hopefully be inspired by what you're up to as well. And thank you for watching the video, and I hope you've liked and hope you'll subscribe. And I'm going to now hopefully start making something now to wear and using up the fabric that I've got, and also starting on some nice new inspiring patterns as well. Have a great rest of your week, whatever you're doing. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and I hope to see you real soon.